Hi, it's Vanessa Love. Alright, thanks for checking out my channel. Hopefully this is not your first time. If it is your first time, hopefully you like this video and end up watching more. Alright, so I tried to film this last week and it did not work. So hopefully I can get one part of this done and then do many more. I have like lists and lists and lists that I keep about how many like videos I want to make, and then I don't do it. Alright, so let me make sure. Okay. Alright, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Eugenia and Katie Morton, who I'll just call Miss Morton. Alright, so there's this video. I didn't watch all of it, but I did watch a couple of response videos to it, and sometimes I feel like once I watch a couple of response videos to things that I'm like, okay, I feel like I got everything down in this whole other video that I don't need to watch the whole thing. But, you know, you see enough clips, you kind of are like, okay, here's a commentary on that type of thing. So, it's about the 5150. Let me see if I wrote anything. No. Okay. Alright. So, let me say that I did live in California for my teenage years and to like young adult years, and then moved back to Connecticut. So I remember a time when I guess I knew someone possibly who got 5150, but in California they call it 151 because there is this Everclear that's supposed to make you crazy. Now, of course, this is like a, I don't know, 16-year-old me being told by, I don't know, some like 18 or 19-year-old guy that, you know, it's 151. And, you know, explained all of this thing about how it's 5150, but it's 151 because of the Everclear that's supposed to make you go crazy. It doesn't. Okay, whatever. It's people. I always hear something new and I'm like, okay, that's not how any of this works, but cool. Alright, so there was a part of it where one of the T channels was like, Eugenia took no responsibility, and saying that the doctors believed her friends. But the thing about that is that the doctors were evaluating her. So like if they think that she needed the 5150, which is a, I think it's a minimum 3-day hold, 3-day, like, I had to look this up too because it's very different in Connecticut and I can explain it a little bit. Okay, a 3-day hold is for mental health if they believe that you are a threat to yourself or others. I did do a video, and I think I can link it below if I can find it, about Isla Vista. I hope I posted that. And how, like, in the Isla Vista case, the therapist did the right thing. She did call the police. He said he was fine, and, like, wasn't thinking about harming anyone, which, you know, like, the police have to evaluate, although, like, they're getting this other, you know, information from his therapist. And also there were no beds available in that area, so, like, it was almost unlikely that he was going to have that 3-day hold because there was no place to hold him. But so, you know, like, the doctors did the evaluation. They figured out that she was a danger to herself, and that's why she did get the 5150 or the 3-day hold. So my opinion here is that Miss Morton isn't Eugenia's therapist, and, like, she is a therapist, but Eugenia is not her client. And I can tell you that if Eugenia was, and this was like a recorded therapy session, there would be a lot of backlash from the therapy community because it's a very weird thing where we are kind of private, but I think we're more protective of our clients, like, people don't want, like, people within the community don't want people, like, our clients, feeling like they're a circus act, or that they're here for entertainment, or that they're here because we want we want to earn the money from, you know, the revenue from, you know, being interesting, and, you know, having them on, you know, YouTube or whatever. And so it just, like, Miss Morton can't entirely challenge these thoughts. I think this video was more of like information. And so if Eugenia felt this way, I don't know if Miss Morton was in a position to really like sit there and be like, no, but they did believe you. They did evaluate you. They looked at you and they determined that you were, you know, like you were going to hurt yourself in some way, and that's why they needed to put you on a hold. So, the Connecticut stuff. Okay, so in Connecticut, I'm like, and I know a couple of things in New York too, or at least the way that it used to work in New York. So in Connecticut, you can be on a 3, 5, or 15-day paper. A doctor has to evaluate you at the ER, or yeah, I think that's right. Like someone like has to like sign their name to this piece of paper, and after the 3, 5, or 15 days, you can be probated to stay at the hospital if they feel that you still need to be observed for medication changes, or if they feel that like 5-day papers and 15-day papers were usually for detox. So if they felt like you still needed to like learn a couple of skills before you went off to what is that called, like a rehab program or something, they would make you stay for a little bit longer. Yeah, it's about it. In New York, you have to get 2 doctors' signatures before you are on a paper. And I don't remember what the paper, like if there was like a time limit on that. I want to say it was a week, but I really don't know. So like I have not really liked Miss Morton for a while because of the whole like giving her opinion about and getting involved just in the whole Shane Dawson, like, you know, going nowhere documentary about Jake Paul, right? That's the one, Jake Paul. Where like she said that you would know a sociopath by, you know, feeling icky. Like there's so many other ways to say that saying that the person makes you feel icky is just, give me the technical term for that, please. What's the technical definition of icky? You know, like that, no. Like, that's not how that goes. And also, like Eugenia saying that she felt like she was there against her will. I've worked at a psych hospital. There are a lot of people who are there against their will. And I don't mean against their will. I mean like they're probably on a paper and then they might be probated to be there. Which a judge would come into the hospital, sit down with the treatment team and the patient, and then decide whether or not the patient needed to be there continuously or whatnot. So, I mean, I could tell you story after story where a bunch of people felt like they didn't belong. Oh my gosh, and I was like working in that place, and there were people detoxing when that Amy Winehouse song came out about like not going to rehab. It was kind of annoying where people who are detoxing off of heavy drugs are like, I don't want to go to rehab, you know, like, all right, we're hearing that in the hallway again. Cool. Yeah, but you're here. I remember one guy saying that he was there, and he was there for the wrong reasons, and he was, you know, all of this stuff. He had been at a halfway house, and I guess some of the guys at the halfway house, all of them relapsed, but they called, the guys who had all relapsed or something, like, had pointed this one guy out and made it, I guess, seem like he was worse than they were. So, like, he went to get the detox and probably go to another rehab program, and he felt like they didn't have the right to tell him how to live, and that they that they were doing wrong too, so why did they have to go after him? And I mean, I can't answer that, but also it's one of those things where he was blaming other people for him being there, even though he was also doing, or they were all doing the same thing. Like, I hope that all of them got the help that they needed, but, you know, if they didn't, you know, addiction is a disease that will definitely kill you if you're not paying attention and if you're not getting any treatment for it, you know, or you're not trying actively to be sober. So I remember, like, those type of things. Now, I do have a story about this, but when I recorded this earlier, it went into, like, a long time. So I'm actually going to stop the video here since I've only focused on the one thing, and I'm going to do another video about this other situation that I was in, and hopefully that will kind of, like, they kind of work together. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you, and I will talk with you guys soon. All right, thanks for watching.